Culinary mixologist Jeremy Parsons is back with us. Easy and delicious grilled shrimp recipes.
Yes.
I love these.
I love them too.
Yeah.
They come out looking great. They're super, super easy. And there's nothing better when you've got people coming over than being able to make a canapé super quick. And everybody loves it, so you're not staying in the kitchen the entire time.
So let's start off with the shrimp. You say it's really, really important that they're not too cold.
Totally.
When you're prepping everything.
For sure. Like, I mean, it's raw seafood, so you want to keep it chilled.
Yes.
But when you're ready to put it, like, assemble everything together, you want it just to be a little bit cooler than room temperature.
Okay.
Otherwise, the shrimp actually isn't going to cook at the same time frame as
because we're going to wrap everything around.
You got it.
Okay.
So you don't want to have raw shrimp because then that oozes out into everything.
Yeah.
Everything looks cooked, but it's not.
Okay.
So yeah.
And while we're still on that, how do you know because it's wrapped?
Yep.
How do you know when the shrimp is finished?
So I like to look at the top and the tail.
Okay.
So if the tail is nice and yellow and that really like crimson red,
right,
you're ready to go. And then if you look at the head, which is the thickest part, if it's just a little bit more than translucent, so you want it to still have that sort of like light white, but on the other side, you want it to be very like true white.
Okay.
So that's how you know that it's perfectly done, because it's gonna still keep on cooking after you take it off the grill.
Right, right.
And you don't want it to be overdone.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's start.
Let's do it. So we're gonna start off with the cold wrap actually. So I've got my shrimp, skewer inside, we've got some smoked salmon. Now we've got a little bit of herb cream cheese. So this is sort of like making a little bit of sushi, but way easier. So we're just gonna put that on
a
there.
Stick.
Totally, sushi. I like that actually.
You can use that.
I appreciate that. And then a little bit of chili flakes. Next, some dill pickle. And then some cucumber.
I like this, that you've got the before and after of pickles.
Totally, totally. I was thinking about that when I was setting this up.
Together?
They taste great together. So you've got the freshness of the cucumber, tanginess of the dill, the spiciness of the chili, and then creaminess. So it just really gives that umami flavor, which is really, really nice. And then you just roll it up. So this is fun to do, and it looks great. And it's just a little popper. And then you can always season it with a couple more chili flakes or whatever. But
you've done nothing to seal it?
I've done nothing. It just sticks together. Absolutely. Okay. Because of the smoked salmon, it's a little bit ooey gooey. So it just rolls right up. Put some chili flakes on there and away you go.
Okay, can you make these ahead of time if you've got people coming over?
You totally can, which is great. You just got to wrap it up so that it doesn't dry out. Okay. That's the only thing. And what I always like to do is put a little bit of a damp paper towel on the plate. Okay. Put that on top so the humidity stays in there.
All right, but you don't want to put it back in the fridge?
You don't want to put it back on the fridge. No, definitely. And then so if we're going to put this on the grill, you want to snap the back of these guys to keep them straight. Grab your skewer. Now you can also soak your bamboo skewers so that they don't light on fire. Always a nice little thing. You don't really need a fire when you're cooking. So I've got some prosciutto, and we're just going to take some manchego cheese. So it's always great because you're cooking with raw food to be able to sort of portion out your ingredients so you're not doing any cross-contamination. And so we've got some pineapple in here. And I like how you sliced everything so it goes like it's the same kind of length as the skewer or same kind of like thank you. Width. Yeah. I always try and do that. Yeah. Well, you know, it just makes it easier. Doing a nice little mise en place is nice because it makes everything quicker. These are actually from my garden. Oh, very nice. So I'm going to add them in. You can actually leave the stems on as well. And so you just roll this right up. And again, it sort of self-seals. You can also bake these, by the way. Okay. So you can put them on parchment paper at like 550. As soon as the cheese starts to sort of ooze and then you see the tails, it's ready to go. Or you can just toss them on the grill. It's also kind of nice to be able to add a little bit of a glaze. So I've got a glaze that I actually put on both, and we're using this for the cocktail later on. Okay, yep, which is what we're doing in the next half hour. Exactly. So, but putting on like a little bit of glaze is also nice. Just kind of keeps that sort of sweetness and just adds just a little bit more flavor to it. We have a minute left. You're going to do something amazing with plantain. Absolutely. So these are the big green banana. So I'm going to make some plátanos. So what we're going to do is we're just going to chop this up, and then it's always good to take the spine and peel it back like this. And you want to look for green plantains. Okay. That way they're not overly ripe. and you just peel them back like this. So they're great to be able to serve up with a dish like this. And you put it into just a little bit of vegetable oil, but you gotta flatten them out first. This is a tostonator. I guess my Miami family is like, wow, you're such a gringo. You don't even know what that is. But you do this and you flatten it and you press it down. There we go. And to make, there we go. And you smash it.
If you don't have one of those.
If you don't have one of these, you can try using a glass, but that doesn't work very well.
Okay.
And this isn't working right now because this is a little bit too rare, but that's okay. Here we go.
Okay, that's the finished product
That
though,
is.
and they look delicious. Okay.
And then you put it into oil.
Maybe you could get that mixed for the next half hour.
I will
I'll
definitely
come back.
do that.
We'll be on the bar side. We'll be making cocktails.
I just got a divorce by this, but anyway, whatever.
With
Awesome.
plantains.
But yeah, you just throw that into oil and it tastes amazing.
Okay, we'll get your links up with the recipe at chch.com/morninglive. Go ahead, refund it again.
The joys of live television. Here we go. We're almost there.